In his annual press conference this year, Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke at length about his strengthening of Russia amid its advances in Ukraine, whose leader Volodymyr Zelenskyy also addressed members of the media on Thursday in Brussels to condemn Mr. Putin and his callous campaign. Our Eun-jin covers their remarks.
Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday held his annual end-of-year press conference, which lasted for 4.5 hours. During the TV marathon, the Russian leader emphasized that Russia is getting closer to achieving its primary goals in Ukraine, while also noting that the country's economy is stable. A BBC journalist reminded Putin of how his predecessor told him to take care of the country when he handed over power, then challenged Putin on whether he has taken care of Russia over his 25 years in power. The Russian leader said not only has he protected his country, but has pulled it back from the edge of the abyss.
Yes, I believe that I have not just protected it. I believe that we have pulled back from the edge of the abyss, because everything that happened to Russia before and after that moment led us to a complete total loss of our sovereignty. And without sovereignty, Russia cannot exist as a separate independent country.
Putin covered a wide range of topics in front of the journalists, including Syria, where he insisted that Russia was not defeated, adding that Moscow was holding talks with the new Syrian ruling government over Russia's military bases in the country. But there was no mention of North Korea. Considering the growing military alliance between Moscow and Pyongyang, it was largely speculated that Putin would have made some comment on the regime. Despite growing evidence and reports of North Korea's involvement in Russia's war efforts, both Moscow and Pyongyang have been silent on the matter. Meanwhile, leaders of the 27 European Union countries adopted a joint statement on Thursday, condemning North Korea for aiding Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. The EU leaders said North Korea's deployment of troops represented an international escalation and called on countries to stop direct and indirect support for Russia. During a press conference after the EU summit, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy called on U.S. President-elect Donald Trump to stand on Ukraine's side, calling him a strong man.
I think that President Trump is a strong man, and I want very much to have him on our side. For me, it's very important. I want to discuss with him more details about this war. I think
Also during the press conference, Zelenskyy took the opportunity to slam Putin, calling him both dangerous and crazy, adding that he loves to kill. Eun-jin, Arirang News.